Hey, Daniel, Ben, America's Baseball Camps here. Just touching base in regards to your swings from the camp. Thanks for coming to Arizona, and we wish you the best this season. Let's go ahead and get started with some mechanics that we think we can work on that you can use in regards to your season, and let's go over a few things. I want to first talk about in regards to, let's talk about our stance. So let's get to our stance here. Been watching your swings for a little while. As far as for our stance looks in pretty good shape. I do want to engage the lower half more. I want to get more power into the ball, get more aggressive, and I know this was short toss and flips, but let's get more powerful, and I think that's going to help you get more behind the baseball, get through the baseball better, and just be a little bit more consistent with your power. In regards to our stance, your feet are fine, your knees are bent, they're inside of your feet. Those look pretty good. And in regards to your hands are in a good position. When I go back in here, you have your hands up high in that position. That looks good. Your head's on the baseball. Both eyes are on the ball. And this is a pretty good position in regards to right here. So let's go into what's called the next is our stride position. And as I go in and get myself loaded here, the first thing you'll see is we back up a couple things that I see. One thing is when I do my land foot, you can see that front foot is open, and it's more pointing at the pitcher here. You can see that front side. It really opens up that front hip. If I back this up here, you can see as I go into it, you can really see that front foot begin to open up on us. And right now, you can see that that toe is pointing more towards the third baseman, and I want that toe more to be pointing towards third base dugout, because it's going to expose your foot and your hip, which means you don't have a firm closed front side to hit into. It takes away a lot of your power, and that's a big one to really work on. What you want to do is you just want to practice doing your land foot where your heel, you can see where your heel is right here, and I want to have your heel more be over on this side, meaning almost showing the first baseman your heel. And right now your heel, as you can see, goes more towards kind of the dugout over here. And so I think if you show the heel to your first baseman, that's going to keep your front side closed, keep your hip closed, and it's going to really help you a bunch in regards to your power. So as I keep going here frame by frame, the other thing I see is you'll see that this front arm gets locked out. And I get right to this point. See this front arm right here? This bottom arm? That begins to get locked out. And if I back it up a frame, you can see how that kind of gets locked out too early, and that's going to make us late to the ball, or it's going to make us what's called cast to the ball. And we don't want to be locked out like that until we're out at contact. So if I draw this line, this arm needs to be kind of bent where you still have your elbow bent right there, and that's going to help you with getting yourself quicker to the baseball and through the baseball. That's actually a big one as well. So if you look into when I do my land foot, you can see right about there your arm begins to lock out on you. And what we want to do is we want to keep that nice and bent. You can see if I back it up one that it's already locked. And you need to have your arms out in front of you. At that point it needs to be at contact. So keep that bend. What I would do is focus on yourself on a tee and just have your arm nice and bent with just one hand and just focus on a wiffle ball or something out in front where you get extension at contact and not beforehand. Because you can see the ball's not here yet, and that's going to make us late to the ball. And that one, for soft toss and for slow pitching, you can get away with it, but as it goes with harder pitching, you won't be able to do that. So you can kind of see, you can get right here that you're locked, and then you have to really focus on that bottom hand, really pushing it through the baseball, and that's going to make a big difference when you kind of keep it more at an angle and get flexed at contact. The other thing I see is at contact, you'll see right now your hands are beginning to turn. If I look on here, that wrist, if you focus your attention on that wrist, those hands are beginning to turn and they're low. I want them to finish high, and you'll notice as I keep going, I'm going to finish down low, and you bring them back up. But I want to have them where it's going to be the fact that I'm going to keep my palm up, palm down even after contact. So right there, and I still want you to be going through the baseball, but right away begin to turn those hands over, and that's going to get you from hitting the ball maybe away, those pitches away. It's going to make a big difference for you to stay through the baseball if I don't turn them that early. what I want to do is I want to keep going through the ball, and I want my hands to kind of be up in this area to keep them nice and high, so I can keep my palm up, palm down more. And right now I'd want your palm up, palm down to be over in this area, and you can see that top hand's really turning over. And I think we turned over just a hair too early, because if I back it up towards the first swing, I think that's one of the things I saw on the first swing in regards to that, is just rolling over too early or getting ourselves kind of late. So just waiting for the pitch here. All right, so let's go into this first swing. That was a little bit better. You can see that front arm gets locked a little bit. You can see that front foot. Watch that foot here as it lands. How open that front foot is. Your toes pointing the pitcher. And look what that does with your front hip. Really opens up that front hip. And that backside. See how the backside is not turned? We've got to really turn that backside with it. And that's going to also make us late. So we really need to work on that in regards to getting those backside turn, keeping that front hip closed. And you'll see at contact here. We got there a little bit late. But you can see right away how we had to roll those hands over. So we want to really stay through the baseball. I always imagine at contact that there's two balls coming through. There's the ball that you're hitting, and then there's another ball in front of it. And what you want to do is you want to get your barrel through both baseballs. And you can see it gets through one, and then as it goes to the other one, it begins to turn away. You can see that your hand beginning to turn over right here. If I look at your wrist, see that one turning over. So we need to stay through the ball a little bit more. So I would work on a 2-tee drill. Just get 2 tees and place 1 tee at contact and another tee in front. So what you're going to do is you're going to place a ball in the first tee and then a ball in the second tee. When you go to swing, you'll hit through both baseballs, and that's going to keep your hands in the zone better compared to turning that top hand over a little bit early in regards to your finish here. So those are the things I saw: is striding closed, making sure you don't lock out that bottom arm, making sure that backside gets turned, and making sure you stay through the baseball more. You can see on that the hips right there that you didn't really turn your body or turn your hips. Let's see how this one works. And that one you did a little bit better in regards to your turn. That was good. Good in the lower half, a little bit open, but you really turn your hips on that, and you finished high, and that was a good one. So those are the drills that I would work on. There's 3 or 4 things. I would watch this video a bunch and really work on those key components and key parts. We wish you the best this season and hope to have you back at camp real soon.